In fact, we have already defeated Invis, as all of the company's plans have failed because of us. They wanted the episodes to be released every week, and to achieve this, they even removed the series author from production. But even that didn't help, as the channel has had no content for exactly a month, not even compilations of old episodes with distorted stories. After we learned about the terrible state of Dafuk Boom, and when we saw the leaks from the correspondence, we began to notice hidden moments in the early episodes that we couldn't have imagined before. For example, in this scene, we all know what happened in the plot, but if you think about what Dafuk felt when creating this scene, you might think that Alexei was telling his own story. Listen, the secret agent says, "Their leaders are hiding on my territory. They stole our technology." If the plot here is about the scientist Skibidi and G-Man, then in real life it's about the company and how they deceived Alexei. Then the secret agent says, "I am angry. My anger is boundless." And that's exactly how Alexei could be described all these years, because he hoped that he would be protected from the scammers, but the main villain was the one who was supposed to protect him. Then the secret agent says, "They think they are safe inside. They are wrong. There's not much I can do from here, but I'm sure your army can handle it. Good luck." I'm just shocked. Does this mean a hidden message from Alexei? After all, this is a direct appeal to us. The secret agent can't enter the base, but he asked his agent to do so. As we know, before this theory came up, we've been saying everywhere that the company doesn't understand what it's doing. Popular YouTubers like Creecraft, Penguins, and others, as well as influential media outlets like IGN, have already spoken out about this situation. We started the hashtag #BringBoomBack movement, but that's just a small part of what we're going to do. I kindly ask you to get 7,000 likes, as this will greatly help in promoting the video, and I also ask you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. This will greatly motivate me to create new videos, because what I'm going to tell you today will affect the fate of Skibidi Toilet. Well, let's get started. The old episodes now look completely different to us. For example, here is another phrase from the secret agent. As we remember, he tells the plunger man about the impending danger, but the secret agent does not say specifically what it could be. Seeing the current situation, it is quite possible to see an analogy with the danger of the company that invaded Dafuk Boom's business. Or from recent episodes, when Dafuk Boom actually addressed the audience through the series, the scene with the demonstration of the Titan Speaker Man. I already talked about this in the analysis of Part 3 of Episode 79. Here, as we remember, the Titan addresses the scientists and says that there is no need to rush his appearance, but this was actually an appeal to us, the viewers. Yes, there is no analogy with the situation of the company and Alexei, but here we see that the appeal is quite real and possible, because how else can we explain the Titan's words, "Don't rush, friends. I'll go when I'm ready. Don't rush." After all, it is not the Titan who decides when he is ready, but the scientist. I think this scene should not have been there at all if Dafuk Boom had not been rushed. Episode 79 should have been completely different. We should have been told about the dialogue between G-Man and Astro UFO because Dafuk Boom promised us that we would find out about it. Also, in this episode, we were supposed to be shown the new abilities that viewers were supposed to get, and so far, according to our theory, this is the Speaker Man's device, that is, subtitles for us, with the help of which we understand what they are talking about, but this theory has not yet been confirmed. But in fact, in the third part of episode 79, there was another moment where we were given a hint, for example, that we would not see Big TV Man in the upcoming episodes, but this was due to his injury. Not a hidden message. In fact, if you rewatch all the episodes starting with episode 66, you will notice many interesting things, but that's not what this video is about. If you want a separate video about that, like this video, and write about it in the comments. In fact, this and many other theories are just theories of viewers. For example, the theory from this scene was taken from Reddit and edited by YouTuber Plunger. Thank you to him for that. By the way, see how he suggests fighting the company.
If you're choosing to boycott Invis slop, here's some advice. Don't click the next video to our premiere, even to dislike it. Disliking only adds engagement and views, much like hate watching. Instead, if it pops up in your home feed or sidebar, you can select not interested. Don't share the video with others. Unsubscribe from their channels. Other places are likely going to notify you of a new video regardless. Rather than giving them your view, I'm sure reaction channels, recaps, or the wiki will give you all of the information you need. Cancel existing merch.book pre-orders you may have made in the past so you don't accidentally spend money you don't wish to. You may want to avoid partaking in official Skibidi Toilet brand collabs or giveaways. It's your choice what you do. Those are just things to consider if you're particularly serious about it.
Now, I will show you an example of what Skibidi Toilet could have become if the company had not intervened. I will compare Skibidi Toilet's main competitor on YouTube, which is Amazing Digital Circus, and both are web series that came out on YouTube in 2023. Both use bright, memorable, and often strange visual aesthetics. Both series collaborate with a large studio. While Amazing Digital Circus works with Netflix without losing its independence, Skibidi loses complete control over its episodes. Consider the two messages to viewers. One message presents a bright future for the project, while the other presents a dark future and destruction for the project. Now for the differences. One of them is currently at its peak and is already creating episodes for Netflix, while the other series is currently at rock bottom and is living on illusions about a non-existent film, and so on. But it wasn't always like that. The audience for the Dafuk Boom channel is much larger than that of Glitch. It wasn't always like that. They were on equal footing. Here is the first episode of Skibidi Toilet, which has 265 million views, and here is the pilot episode of Circus with 400 million views. But note that the episode in Skibidi Toilet was not a pilot at the time. It was just a short, but even without a plot, it gained hundreds of millions of views. Okay, let's forget about the past and look at the present. Here's how many views the latest episode of Skibidi Toilet got. Almost 9 million views, and it's the worst video on the channel in terms of views and quality. And this is the latest episode of Circus at the moment, 90 million views, and it's their best result. Now let's look at the trailer for the upcoming episode of Skibidi Toilet, which has 6.6 million views, and you've probably already guessed, yes, it's another worst result on the channel. While the Circus trailer got almost the same number of views, but the difference is only in time. They managed to do it in 4 days, and it took Skibidi Toilet a month to get the same number of views. And if we look at the statistics, this is the best result for Amazing Digital Circus. If we look at IMDb, it's the same, but without statistics. Skibidi Toilet has a terrible rating of 4.8 out of 10, while the Circus has a rating of 8.1 out of 10. The difference is clear and noticeable, and if the company doesn't come to its senses now, it will be too late. I hope the company will watch this video and make the right decision. Otherwise, the future of Skibidi Toilet will end with episode 79 and on YouTube, while similar projects will be released on Netflix and on the big screen, which Skibidi Toilet supposedly dreamed of. Is it just me, or is the company deliberately trying to piss us off? This first became clear from CEO David's status when he trolled viewers in his Discord statuses. And now they've contacted the creator of the game Steal a Brain Rot on Roblox. As it turns out, the company is collaborating with this game, and a character from Skibidi Toilet will appear there very soon. If this is just another collaboration, then it's understandable because the company is only interested in making money. But if this is a hint that your series has always been brain rot and will remain brain rot, then they are pissing off absolutely all viewers. For those who don't know, I'll say that yes, the series was originally brain rot because Dafuk Boom did not plan to create a huge universe with original characters and an exciting storyline. The first 10 episodes were a trial run, and seeing the viewership and the viewers' desire for a continuation, the decision was made to make more episodes and continue the story of Toilets versus Cameraman. Now, especially after the horizontal episodes, those who say that Skibidi Toilet is brainless mean that they do not understand Brainless at all and are generally unfamiliar with the Skibidi Toilet series. The series has all the artistic elements that are used in the work: exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, and denouement are all present in the series. Relatively recently, the company managed to restore the full 77th episode. As we know, this episode was removed because of scammers who caused YouTube to delete the video. For several months, the episode was unavailable on the channel, but now the video has been restored, though not completely. I am referring to the video preview because after restoration, the preview must be set manually. And as we can see, the company does not seem to care because the episode was restored more than a week ago, and there is still no preview for the video. What's the point if everything in the company is not going according to plan? Here is their leaked schedule, which failed. You might think that this is because of our strike, but I'll tell you that everything that is happening now is the company's fault, because before they interfered in Dafuk Boom's affairs, everything was fine. Yes, We didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, but it didn't affect the episodes. In the last few episodes, we had almost managed to find a team, and with their help, we could have established a schedule for new episodes. But the company wanted to take everything into its own hands, and in doing so, it simply destroyed everything that was possible. Dafuk Boom didn't spend $100,000 on episodes, but they were 100 times better than Emergence. You have to understand that money can't buy everything. There are things that cannot be purchased. To create something beautiful, interesting, and mysterious, you have to be that way, not pretend or bribe. And take another look at this leak. As we can see, the company's plans were to work with Dafuk Boom only until the 79th episode, and then to create a compilation of the 26th season. That is, he was only supposed to connect the episodes and come up with natural transitions. And that's it. 3 episodes were to be made by the company, and then for some reason they had to call in Dafuk Boom as a director. That was supposed to be the end of his work on the project, as his name is no longer mentioned in the list. And note that they even have some kind of episode length. I have no idea how they calculated it, but one thing I can say for sure is that if everything had gone according to this schedule, in a month everyone would have forgotten about this series, as it is simply a recipe for destroying the series. But it is because of us, the viewers, that this machine for destroying Skibidi Toilet has been stopped. It is because of you that things are not going as planned. We haven't heard any news from the company for a month now. Their only plan is to sit and wait for the storm to pass, but there will be no storm.